eyes on me. I'm getting looked up, down with these big frowns. They already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get truth, put my deuce up. I will not live in apology.
We are within shouting distance of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football on the lakeside here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cleveland Browns. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Watson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And way out past the 35 before he's taken down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, shedding the tackle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. The Browns at 11-1 now on the year. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game.
Yeah, man, it's caught inside the 10. And touchdown, Cleveland. Deebo Samuel, touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked up by Grant Duncan, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at the yard.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 75. And the Browns lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
They're on 26-yard line.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Well, coming through that time and stopping him for a loss was Drake Jackson. Nice play. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Dalvin Tomlinson busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Third and long, it's Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Hopkins' kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground. Etienne fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing is Wilson. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Recovers on the offense.
They go play action with Wilson. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Off the option, here's Etienne. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Now 2nd and 3. Now Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Here's Wilson to throw. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flush to his right. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Room here to run. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Trotting! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 33 yards that time. From the red zone now, Watson. He'll buy some time right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Again, it's Watson. Touchdown, Browns! From 13 yards out, and the Browns continue to pull away here in this first half. Hopkins with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality? And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Wilson. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. A give running right, Etienne. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Third down and 1. And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll run with Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Flushed out right. He'll get this off to Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars! Travis Etienne, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 24. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They've got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordinators, play callers feel exactly the same way. Until you stop what I'm doing, why should I make any changes? But there are a few that kind of outguess themselves or try to outguess the opponent, and they try to consider what they would do to take things away and go to those plays right away. It'll be fun to watch when they get to the second half to see which way they go.
Yeah, to this point, it certainly hasn't been broke. We'll see if they try to fix anything. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They run it again with Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw, Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Hopkins' kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, and it wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Play action. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw deep for the end zone. The flag comes in. It's incomplete. And I'm not sure he was still behind the line when he let that one go. So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. A give to Etienne running right. A pretty nice strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. And they're going to speed things up here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll drop this one off with Etienne. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And they'll run with Etienne. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now Wilson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. There's Wilson. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. Touchdown! Travis Etienne with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score Browns 34, Jaguars 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that. Again, they've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material. And he's able to skip away from that first defender on his way to a pickup of 5.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Now Watson. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And that's one of the few things that has not gone right for this offense so far. They've had their share of big plays. That was nearly another. But somehow, he just couldn't squeeze it.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Here's Chubb on the read option. Dances by him. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
From the gun, here's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Now Watson on third and goal. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deebo Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. I think this is a free play for Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right, Henry, how much you needed? Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Here's Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Denzel Ward. There he goes right side. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. He picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They run again on first down, Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. Chubb. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that will bring up 2nd down. And Chubb will try the middle here. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 26 yards. And the Jaguars get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. McManus's point after is good, and the lead now down to 20. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing now, Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play action now. Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up. See me on, I'm on CB time. Can't go on and on.
TV on, you get no response. I'm a rock star, I'm a got time. 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 Southside on the track, Mellow made it right.
New drip, I just spent some G's on my attire. These righteous keep on growing, but my jeans getting tighter. I went overseas with the swiper. Bad, no, I never seen nothing like her. I bought for my snipers. Any sun moving, make it sing like the choir. Peter got Lindsay Lohan. I need some more bands. I'm a grown man. If you gon' tweet it, ain't no need to tell me how you feel. My whole city catching bees, I'm from the rack for real. Broski turn into a demon when he off them. Ride till I die. I hope that Jesus come and grab the wheel. That singing like Clay Aiken. R.I.P. to all my loved ones that ain't make it. Got a bond with the streets and I just can't break it. Run it up, now my safe done turn into my safe haven. Them racks in, okay. On the block I post up, I can't fade away. Baby, I've been too turned, I don't care about what a hater say. Dark skin, thick, I like the so I named the bae. I'm in it every day. New drip, I just spent some G's on my attire. These righteous keep on growing, but my jeans getting tighter. I went overseas with the swiper. Bad, no, I never seen nothing like her. I bought for my snipers. Any sun moving, make it sing like the choir. Peter got Lindsay Lohan. I need some more bands. I'm a grown man.
Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her. Back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her. And yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
You must be new in here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I got a half a mind to hit you with a put your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my mind is tied. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pulpit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say,
And even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still
man, talk is cheap. Get that boy right up. It's a sweet. Get that boy right up. It's a sweet. Get that boy right up. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. Yeah. It's sweet. It's my time, not no Patty Philippe. They was yapping, I don't hear a peep. Yeah, I step through that spot, I don't creep. Yeah, we can't call it lucky, I give it my all every day of the week. I see a crowd at the bottom, and with that I come to the peak. So I know that, but they know what I'm on there, just me cheap. I be tripping waters like a creep. Split off with the bag, but I ain't no thief. It's a sweet day, we have a chance. I've been locked on that couch in the trance. Bitch, go ends on it and do my little dance. They your chick blowing kisses like lambs. She go tell her mans. It's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. It's a sweet. It's a sweet. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. It's a sweet. Get my dance Mr. Clean. Game nice, but I play it so mean. Front line, I'm protecting the team. John Madden, yeah, I boom with the scheme. Dream chasing, I've been chasing the dream. Paper chasing, I just made it my thing. Got the bag, I just need me a ring. GMF, hold it down for the team. It's a sweet, right? Shout out to Yo, cause I'm locked in. Man, I swear that I'm focused. He toss up in the drip. I bet they didn't notice. Her force ones got me walking like POTUS. God child, so I know that I'm chosen. Drake with me, man, I feel like DeRozan. Left and right wrist equally frozen. All four pockets equally swollen. It's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. It's a sweet. It's a sweet. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. It's bad season, I'ma post like a sinner. Diamond chains and I'm minking the win. All these rings on, you can tell I'm a win. I'm a walking bucket like that boy out of them. Got the pink slip for these whips in the rim. Let it break them records, give them something to remember. Money, power, and respect is so simple. What separate good and great as they meant to. It's a sweet. What? It's a sweet. What? Acting like we ain't the ones, man. Talk is cheap. It's a sweet. It's a sweet. We ain't playing no games, we playing for keeps. It's a sweet. We the midway. I turn the smell BBS on my team. Money made rapper, I'll never be beat. Got rid of Perco, got FATG. Deep in that jungle, came out with a meat. Got a track like got 2K on my feet. Slide with the bros, I don't care what you think. 17 flash, gonna go in that plane. Hey. Brisket so thirsty like what do you drink? Last of the real in my car being stink. Bad as a G, used to drink from sink. Whoa. No TLC, I'm too lit, we can't creep. Flight to Miami, I stay with that heat. Hopped on the jet,